can add to the pressure. I thought that was a great point by Quinn Snyder. Well, the largest lead has been 38. The Nets have never led. The second game is Kylie.
Passer. It may not be Lob City anymore as a double dribble occurs, but
you always talked about how maybe the hardest player, the coach, was a declining superstar.
Yeah, particularly another three, because they don't see the need to change their role. But good for Blake Griffin.
Challenge, and it is a challenge, especially when your first head coaching job. You know, there's expectations that you can win a championship.
Every time we have one of those Zoom calls, Mike, with these coaches, you learn so much. Not information from my vantage point, but just how they go about this. And you know, we have two of the brightest here tonight in Steve Nash and Quinn Snyder.
Cleveland, Nick Nurse with Toronto, and Steve Kerr with Golden State all won a championship their first year as head coach in the NBA.
And it just shows you once again that you need great coaching, but more than great coaching, you need Hall of Fame caliber play.
Something you learned about being a head coach this year that maybe you didn't expect as much. As Joseph's shot is off, and he said it's having to learn to let stuff go and focus on just what as he said really matters. Even though something might bother you as a head coach, some of it you have to let go.
Well, that's the old Eric Spoelstra, keep the main thing the main thing.
I like that line. Need 43, that's 44%. They have been shooting the three ball beautifully all season long.
And Niang has really gotten better as an NBA player. He's his
senior year at Iowa State, he averaged over 20 a game. And then the NCAA tournament, he was even better.
He played that point forward. He played that point forward role, Mike, that so many guys now play. Just such a good ball handler, passer, decision maker. Any worse to try to be competitive. Three best players out, playing at altitude in a back-to-back against a dominant team.
Brooklyn in his first NBA game this season, and first obviously with Brooklyn. He's got 14 points and 12 rebounds, 7 of 11 from the field. I spent the majority of his...
Carson's having a rough night tonight.
I didn't even notice it. He's 1 for 15 from the field. This year's sixth man of the year. I mean, unless something wild happens in the second half, he's clearly the leading candidate. That's a pretty big number.
And Niang was hot.
Three-point shooters. Clarkson is 1 for 11 from downtown. As I mentioned, the Jazz, this starts a 4-game homestand, and 9 of the next 11 at a building where they've been close to unbeatable. They lost their first 2 home games this season, but now have won 16 in a row and on the verge of their 17th straight here in Salt Lake City. Luau-Cabarrot misses. Johnson gets another rebound, flips it back up. There's been some great performance. Ball deflected out of bounds. Bounds and 3 assists in his first game with the Nets after signing a 10-day.
Marks on the phone after the game and renegotiate. I want Sean Marks to give him some cash for the effort he's put out today. In this dreary game for Brooklyn, he has been very fun to watch due to his energy and his effort.
Yeah, just playing so hard out there. Guys nearly turned it over. By the way, Johnson played his college ball at Missouri State last 2 years. Started off with junior college, Vania. And he had a 17 rebound.
It was in the old Sporting News. And he said the one transferable skill for sure is rebounding. Rebounders rebound. And I've never forgot that. If you have a nose for the ball, you will find a way to secure it.
And that's what this kid is doing. This is just his 32nd NBA game in his 3rd season in the league. Only with the three-pointer. His first field goal of the night. He has 21 of 51. 2.5 remaining in what has been good old-fashioned NBA blowout. The Utah Jazz. Bruce Brown with a rebound. Again, both coaches emptying their bench. Juwan Morgan has come on as well for the Jazz as Brown flips it up. Shot won't go, but Terrell Brantley also in the game now for the Utah Jazz.
Mike, do you think they should try to do something to limit the three-point shots, or you find as
But there are nights when you watch and it's just three-pointer after three-pointer. Sometimes that was used with the three-pointer. Sometimes it can be a little tough to watch when they're just jacking up three-pointers.
Well,
More sound like the old man and get off my lawn type.
No, but it's where guys would try to tag and finish through and over, where now they spray the ball out to shoot the three. So it's not, I don't look at it as get off my lawn. I just get it, sometimes as Perry's fouled, having the same value as a shorter shot. Just eliminate below the break and down.
Right.
And I think that would make people move a little bit more because it was terrific. I think there should be a little bit more contact allowed defensively. Deep range.
Yeah, they sure are. You saw that note on Johnson. Well, it's pretty good company. The great Buck Williams, who you coached when he had his time with the Knicks. Alize Johnson in his debut with the Nets, 23 points, 15 rebounds. He's 11 of 15 from the field.
You're right about Buck Williams. Fierce competitor, great rebounder, great defender.
Nets team, Utah again showing